When your stitching is done, you can do a zigzag edge here to neaten it. Do not overlock this seam as it's curved and could be quite tricky. You're going to do a zigzag and then cut off the excess fabric. When you line up for zigzagging, you line your original stitching up with the edge of your foot, and then you cut off the leftovers to get a nice smooth edge. Turn your pyjamas back inside out now. You should be able to still see your lovely ironed edge at the top. This is where we're going to put the elastic in. So iron down 1 centimetre and then we're going to do 5 centimetres. So pin this down first and then you'll have to go to the iron and iron it all again. Again, put your pins in at right angles. When we stitch this, we'll need to stitch very close to the edge of that fold, as close as we can get. We'll have a back stitch at the start and the finish, and we need to leave a gap so that we can put our elastic in. Then along the very top edge, we're going to stitch another row of stitching right around, and that will be on the edge of the foot. Remember to use a stitch length of 2.8 for all your sewing. These pins will stay in as you sew around. That's really important because this can move very easily. Now you need to work out which is the back and which is the front of your pyjamas. Do this by laying them flat and holding onto the crotch seam, the bottom, and you'll see the top is longer than the front because that needs to go right around your bottom. With this back piece, you'll need to leave your gap of about 5 centimetres. This is where you'll thread your elastic in. You can guess this 5 centimetres and mark it on with your marking pen. It's a good idea. This is where you're going to sew right around and back to that marking pen as close to the edge as you can. Here we have our sewing done. There's our little gap and our sewing is right on the very edge. Our second row goes around the top on the edge of the foot, and that goes right around and back over the top. That one doesn't need a back stitch because it's going to go over the top of the other one, overlap. Cut your elastic to fit around your waist to the size that you'd like to wear it. Put a safety pin in one end and you'll thread this elastic through your pyjama pants. Make sure that you don't lose the end because you'll have to do it all again. When you've threaded it all the way around, check to see that your elastic's not twisted and untwisted if it is. Pull the elastics right through, take off your safety pin and put the elastic on top of each other, like so. Pop a pin in here and now's your chance to do some random sewing just in all lines all over the place to hold that together. And there's our sewing done. Pull the side of your pyjamas to get your elastic to go back inside. And now's your time to sew up the hole. It's a good idea to put in a little bit of ribbon or a bit of fabric so that you know where the back of your pyjamas is when you want to wear them. Cut the edge on a diagonal so it doesn't fray. Pop your ribbon in there, pin it in place, and then you'll be able to sew up the hole here. You won't need backstitch because you'll be going over the top. Next you're up to the pyjama hem. Pop your pyjamas on and work out how long you want to make them. Then, like you did before, turn up 1 centimetre and then 5 centimetres and pin that. You'll do this on the iron. It's much easier. When that's pinned up, you'll sew that around starting from the inside leg seam. You won't need a back stitch for this because you'll go right around and back over the top of your previous stitching by about 6 stitches. You'll need to stitch this as straight as you can, as close to the edge that's folded as you can, about where I've put the pins in now. Your pyjamas are now finished. Well done.